Hello everybody and welcome to episode 15 of Minecraft Creative. And guess what? I found out what the third game is. It is San Jose Sharks versus LA Kings in Game 7. And I'm going to give my predictions slash thoughts of who I want to win slash who I think is going to win for each of those games of Philly versus New York Rangers, Minnesota versus Colorado, and LA Kings versus San Jose. So, first of all, I don't know what to build here. I think I'll just do the roof. But I'll start off with Minnesota versus Colorado, because this is an interesting one. To tell the truth, I don't think I know who is going to win. I don't think I can predict that on this one. And right now, actually, at least with the cable company my family's with, that is the main game being advertised tonight. I don't know about anybody else, but Minnesota and Colorado is really being advertised. So hopefully it's a good one. I'm probably actually going to watch it because I haven't watched any of the Stanley Cup yet besides highlights. So, I mean, it could be good. It could be. I would love to see a good match between those two because I do personally kind of like both those teams. They're not in my top 5, but I do like them. I like every team in one way or another. Like, every team has a place in my heart. Like, I hope they never get rid of teams and stuff. I just want them to add teams to places. Because there was even rumors they were adding a Nova Scotian team, which would be awesome. Another Canadian team would be fantastic. But to tell the truth, right now, I think we need more Western teams because there's not as many as Eastern, and it kind of messes with the standings and crap. But anyway, yeah, Colorado versus Minnesota. This is really interesting. To tell the truth, my heart says, in a way, Colorado's going to win, just because I feel like they've done a little bit better this year. But then again, Minnesota lasted this long in this series, so maybe they can beat Colorado, even though Colorado does have a star player on their team, from what I've heard. That actually, he could be what gets Colorado to win. He could be what fails them. I don't know. But to tell the truth, partly because the colors too of the jerseys, because I kind of just want to see them, and because I have a soft spot in my heart, kind of, because I really want to see them win, because I don't think they've won in a while. I kind of want Minnesota to win, to tell the truth. Now, don't get me wrong, I like Colorado. Like I said, I like every team in one way or another. But I kind of want to see Minnesota have their moment, because I don't think they're going to last long in the Stanley Cup. If they do, I'm happy for them. I want somebody besides Pittsburgh, LA Kings, excuse me, Chicago and Boston to win. I don't mind if they win, but I mean, I would like to see somebody else win because I'm sick and tired of the same winners. Even Montreal, I almost don't want to win because they won 6 seasons ago or whatever. That's probably the most interesting bout to me because it's kind of hard to predict who's going to win, to tell the truth. Colorado and Minnesota, they're actually, when you think about it, kind of pretty equal teams. They're not the best teams, but they're not the worst teams. Obviously, since they made it into the playoffs. At least this year they're not. So I know they've both been the worst before. I'm pretty sure. At least I know Minnesota has. I know Minnesota's been the worst before. They had some hard times back. Actually, even a few years ago, I think they had hard times. So, I mean, I don't know. And, by the way, if you guys like hearing me talk about hockey, we could start up a series in the NHL 14 where I do that while I play. I mean, that's possible. But anyway, back to the games and stuff. Okay. I don't feel right saying this, but I'm going to say who I think is going to win is Colorado, but who I want to win is Minnesota. That's all I'm going to say about that game. I mean, I don't know. Only out of 3 of these games, only in 1 of 3 of these games, the team I'm rooting for is the one I think is going to win. And it might be like not even my best choice either, but I'm going to go for it anyway. Anyway, next game I'm going to talk about is Philadelphia Flyers versus New York Rangers. This one's very interesting too, because, I mean, for years I haven't liked New York Rangers, especially like years when they were, 1 or 2 seasons where they were known for their cheating habits, or whatever, or being cheap. Wow, okay then. Anyway, but this year I'm starting to actually get used to them and like them more. They have some interesting players on the team, like Rick Nash and now I can't even remember now. I'm on the spot. Carl Hagelin. I don't even know what these guys still on the team, but from my book I have, they are supposedly, hopefully, still on the team, but I'm not sure. They have some interesting, good players. So does Philly, though. We all know Philly has interesting players. Giroux. They have the Cavalier. I don't know if they do still in real life. They have Simmons, who actually got a goal. The first goal in Game 6. That was pretty interesting to find out, because in the game he sucks. But anyway, yeah, I mean, Simmons there. Yeah, I mean, there's not much really you can talk about the teams. They all have good players. Every team has at least 1 or 2 good players. Even the Panthers. They now got Luongo too. I'm counting goalies as players too, remember. So, I mean, yeah. Anyway, let's just get on to it. Who I think is going to win in this series, to say sadly, is New York Rangers. They've been doing really well. At one point, they almost beat them right out. So, it wouldn't surprise me, to tell the truth, if they did win. But at the same time, I'm really hoping Philadelphia wins. Because I want to see not only because I like Philadelphia, but I do want to see the Philadelphia-Pittsburgh rivalry in action in this year's Stanley Cup playoffs. That'd be awesome to see those two going at it. Because we already got Boston versus Montreal. This would make it even better if we got two rivalries in one Stanley Cup playoffs. In round 2 too. So it could get even better. Because I think whoever wins that game, that series, gets to face Pittsburgh. So I mean, either way it's going to be a tough battle for whoever wins against Pittsburgh. Well, I mean, actually at one point, Columbus was beating them like 3-2, but then Pittsburgh came back and got them. But still, Pittsburgh is a pretty good team. Don't, think they're not, because they are. They have Crosby, they have Malkin, they have, I can't even remember their teams too. Anyway, sorry, but yeah. I mean, either way, but one of those teams, well, both those teams could beat Pittsburgh, and I would actually kind of enjoy if they did. I don't even care if it's New York. New York hasn't won in at least 7 seasons. I don't even know if they won 7 seasons ago. But I know, like, Montreal won the Cup in 2008. It was because Pittsburgh won in 2009, as it says on my shirt I'm wearing, actually. I have a Toronto one of this same shirt and a Pittsburgh one. Yeah, if you could see that there. Not really, probably, but whatever. And it says what the last year they won, and I know Montreal won a year before Pittsburgh, so I'm pretty sure they did at least, because I remember them winning a year before them. And then after that, from there, it went Boston to LA. No, wait, it went Chicago, Boston, LA, and Chicago. Didn't it? No. I think it was Boston, Chicago, LA, Chicago. Yeah, that's what it was. I mean, I like Chicago. They have Sharp, they have Toez. They have quite a few good players actually. But I mean, I don't want them to win again. They've won quite a few, like in the past few years. I mean, I don't want them. I mean, I like their team and all, but you know. And I actually don't mind if Pittsburgh wins since they've been the longest out of the ones I've been talking about a lot. But yeah. Anyway, let's move on to the last game and maybe the most conflicting one, in my opinion. But anyway, yeah. So the last game is LA Kings versus San Jose Sharks. And to get straightforward with it, I think that I think San Jose is gonna win, but I also have a bad feeling that they're not gonna win. Like, one of the main reasons I feel like they're gonna win is because I want them to win. I also want them to win. I like San Jose Sharks. They have an interesting team in my opinion. They have some good players. They have some not that great players. I mean, they have Miami, I think, or whatever. He's not too bad. Sorry, I'm not the great player names, but you know, I can't remember everything, whatever. I mean, sorry if this doesn't actually look like a library, you know, but I mean, I don't even know what a library looks like really that well. Oh. Creeper? Anyway, so yeah, I mean, I really want San Jose to win because I know they haven't won in a while either, and LA won 2 seasons ago, so I mean, I would love to see, LA get out right now. I do like LA's team too, don't get me wrong, I do like them. I was actually rooting for them last year because there was this. Last year was interesting too. Excuse me. Anyway, last year's Stanley Cup was really interesting because in the Final Four it was the last 4 teams who had won the cup. LA, Chicago, Boston, and Pittsburgh. It was really interesting. And out of those 4, I gotta tell you, I was actually really rooting for LA to win last year. I wanted them to get the 2 in a row because their team was really good last year, up until that Final Four. They were like doing really well, and they had awesome players, and they were doing good. And like, I'm almost ashamed of saying this, but I didn't want Pittsburgh to win. For some reason, I felt they weren't doing as well last year, and they definitely proved that when they lost to Boston that bad, in at least a couple of those games. Even though Toronto did sadly screw themselves in the first round against Boston, but they would have won if they didn't let the guard down. That was so stupid of them. But, I mean, we're not really here to talk about Toronto, but while we're on that, I mean, Toronto definitely would have won, but they let the guard down, which was kind of annoying as a Toronto fan, but I am loyal, pretty loyal as a hockey fan, and I love Toronto. I just love them. I'm not quite completely sure why, but I just love them. I mean, not much I can say really about that. And like, they would have won. I know they would have, because they were doing really well actually last year. And it's a little bit disappointing because they were doing so well. But yeah, I mean, what can you do? And I mean, but yeah, back to the LA Kings game and whatever. I mean, it could go either way. Either one of them can win. I mean, I like both teams in one way or another. But yeah. Oh yeah, LA has Drew Daughtry. That's one guy I know. I know another one too, but I can't remember him now. Dude, Drew Daughtry, he's interesting. I like him. He's a nice player. I mean, yeah. So, final predictions. I think Colorado's going to win their game, but I want Minnesota to win. And then I think New York's going to win, but I want Philly to win. And I think both teams are going to win between LA. Well, I mean, I think our team could win between LA and San Jose. But I think San Jose is going to win more. One of the other reasons is because LA's won 3 in a row, and so did San Jose. And I think San Jose could pull through with this final one. It just seems like they would be an epic comeback after losing 3 in a row. I would love to see that. I might, if I can, I'll watch that game probably. So it's interesting. But yeah. What else was there? Oh yeah. But I think, yeah, and I also think I want San Jose to win too. That was the other thing. But yeah. I know I'm not going to finish in this video, so I haven't talked too much about hockey in your opinion, but I'm sorry. I love hockey more than I ever have, probably, especially talking about it with you guys. I want your opinions and, like, topics that maybe, like, I just want, maybe if you want me to talk about different teams, like, actually, I'll tell, how long is this video? Okay, we'll go for a little bit longer because I want to talk about the Edmonton Oilers and how I think they went wrong. Edmonton Oilers, me and my friend were talking about this today too. And we've actually found out Edmonton Oilers actually has, like, all good players are really good players. Especially last year. Like, at the end of last season, they had, like, all good players on their team, but they also had quite a few rookies. I think they had the most rookies than everyone else. So I think since there was so many good players on their team, something went wrong there, like extremely, and like that kind of got to the heads or something. Like, 'cause I feel like they're playing more for themselves on Edmonton than for the team, because they think they're so good and whatever, and especially like the rookies. Like, because the rookies aren't that bad themselves, I don't think. I think I've seen some of them in action. They're pretty good. I mean, rookies usually are pretty good, and they're well expected. But, I mean, like, seriously. Like, you can't just let it go to your head. You have to play for the team. You can't play for yourself in the NHL, or else it's bye-bye. Because then your team sucks, and you don't win. So, I mean, just play for the team. Don't play for yourself. I think that's where Edmonton went wrong, especially since I talked with my friend about it. Like, me and my friend came up with this. Like, we think that might be actually the reason. It's not, like, the worst fury out of that. Like, it actually makes quite a bit of sense, because Edmonton doesn't even have the worst players. Look at their lineups, and look at their roster and whatever. Like, they don't have that bad of a team. I'm even going to play as them in my game sometime, probably off screen, to test them out. So I bet you when I play as them, it'll be pretty fun. And they'll have a lot of good players. I mean, it's not like I pass a whole ton in the game, but the game is not as realistic as real life, but it still is some. I mean, seriously though. Well, I mean, they're a Canadian team too. I do support them. They are a Canadian team. I support every team in one way or another. But I support my teams I like better first, obviously. But, you know, I mean, right now my top 5 favorite teams, actually, well, we'll talk about different teams and stuff, is probably in, well, actually not in order, but this is the order I put it in on the NHL Game Center. I put it in Toronto, Pittsburgh, Montreal, but this isn't right. San Jose and Philadelphia. Definitely isn't right, I don't think. And it's about the auto save too, so I mean, yeah. Like, yeah. I think I'm just gonna make some videos where I talk about every team, and then I'll probably just talk about topics like the, like the Stanley Cup playoffs and stuff. Because like I want to talk about round 2 in the lineups, because actually this should be really fun. Cause I want to do predictions and stuff. So I think I'm going to do that playing NHL 14. But anyway, I think this is the end of my official video number 199. So expect 200. Be excited for it. And if you want more hockey, leave a like and comment, please, and maybe even subscribe if you're that kind. Anyway, see y'all later. This has been RJ Epic signing out. Peace.